I'm an old man now, and I've lived long enough to see something most people don't notice until it's too late. There are habits we pick up as we age, quiet, subtle, almost invisible to ourselves, that slowly push people away. Not because we are bad people, not because we don't love our families, but because no one has the heart to tell us the truth. And that's why today, I want to speak about 13 ugly habits in old age that make people avoid you, but they are afraid to tell you. The first habit is constant complaining. Now listen, I know life gets harder. My knees remind me every morning, my back every night. The world changes faster than we can keep up with, and sometimes it feels like everything is slipping out of our hands. But when every word out of your mouth is about what hurts, what's wrong, what's unfair, people begin to feel tired before the conversation even begins. I had a friend, we used to talk every Sunday. Good man. But over time, every call became a list of complaints. Weather, politics, his neighbors, his digestion, all of it. One day I realized I was hesitating before picking up the phone, not because I didn't care, but because I knew exactly how I would feel afterward, drained. That's when I asked myself a hard question. Have I become that man too? Complaining may feel like releasing pressure, but when it becomes your default language, it pushes people away quietly. Now the second habit, this one is closely related but a little more specific, talking only about your illnesses. At our age, of course, we have things wrong with us. If you don't, you're either very lucky or not paying attention. But if every conversation turns into a medical report, people start to feel like they're visiting a clinic instead of connecting with a person. I remember a woman I used to know, sharp mind, wonderful sense of humor. But somewhere along the way, every conversation became about medications, appointments, symptoms. Her grandchildren stopped lingering. They still visited, but they didn't stay long. Not because they didn't love her, but because they didn't feel any lightness there anymore. You see, we are more than our pain. If you forget that, others will start to forget it too. The third habit is being too opinionated. This one is dangerous because it disguises itself as wisdom. We've lived long, we've seen things, we believe we understand how the world works. But when every conversation becomes a correction, a lecture or a judgment, people stop opening up to you. I learned this the hard way with my own son. He once told me something simple about how he was raising his children, and before I knew it, I was correcting him, telling him what he should do instead. I thought I was helping. He heard something else entirely that I didn't respect him. After a while, he stopped sharing. Not because he didn't have anything to say, but because he didn't want to be judged. There's a difference between offering wisdom and forcing it onto others. And if you don't learn that difference, you'll end up talking a lot, but hearing very little. Now the fourth habit is giving unsolicited advice. This one walks hand in hand with the last, but it deserves its own place, because sometimes, even when we're not judging, we're still inserting ourselves where we weren't invited. You hear someone's problem, and immediately you reach for a solution. You think, I've been through this, I know what to say. But what people often want is not a solution. They want to feel heard. I remember my daughter once telling me about a stressful day. Before she could even finish, I was already giving her steps, suggestions, corrections. She went quiet, and later she said something I never forgot. She said, "Dad, I didn't need fixing, I just needed you to listen." That stayed with me. Advice is valuable, yes, but only when it's asked for. Otherwise, it can feel like criticism wearing a polite mask. The fifth habit is criticizing younger generations. Oh, this one is as old as time itself. Every generation looks at the next and shakes its head. I've done it. We all have. Their music is too loud, their habits too strange, their values too different. But here's what we forget. Someone once said the same thing about us. And when all young people hear from you is disapproval, they don't argue, they simply distance themselves. I started noticing this with my grandson, bright boy, full of energy. But every time I pointed out what he was doing wrong, how much time he spent on his phone, how he spoke, how he dressed, he became quieter around me. It wasn't respect, it was withdrawal. So I changed. I started noticing what he did well instead. I told him when I admired his creativity, his confidence. And slowly, he came back. Not because I forced him, but because I made it safe for him to be himself. Now the sixth habit is living too much in the past. Memories are precious. No doubt about that. I could sit here for hours telling you stories about how things used to be. And sometimes, that's a beautiful thing. But when every conversation becomes a journey backward, you lose connection with the present. The people in your life are living now, not 50 years ago. They want to share their world with you. But if you're always steering the conversation back to your own memories, they begin to feel unseen. I realized this one afternoon when my granddaughter was trying to show me something on her phone, something she was excited about, and I interrupted her with a story from my youth. She smiled politely, but I could see it fade. That moment wasn't about me, and I had taken it away from her without even noticing. Since then, I've tried to ask more questions than I answer. It keeps me connected, and it keeps me learning. And then we come to the seventh habit, one that many people don't talk about openly, but everyone notices: neglecting personal hygiene. It's not an easy subject, I know. As we age, energy fades, routines slip, and sometimes we just don't feel the need to keep up appearances the way we once did. But this isn't about vanity. It's about respect. Respect for yourself and for the people who spend time with you. I remember visiting an old acquaintance years ago. Good man, kind heart. But his home smelled stale. His clothes were unwashed, his hair unkempt. I sat with him. I listened. But I didn't stay long, and I felt guilty about it. That's the thing. People may not say anything, but they feel it. Cleanliness, even in small ways, tells others that you still care. And when you show that, people feel more comfortable being close to you. Now let me tell you about the eighth habit. And this one creeps in quietly, almost without you noticing it at all. It's gossiping and meddling in other people's lives. When your world becomes smaller, it's easy to start focusing too much on the lives of others. Who said what? Who's having trouble? Whose marriage looks shaky? Whose children aren't visiting enough? It can feel harmless, even entertaining at first, but over time, it chips away at something very important: trust. People may smile when you speak, they may even listen, but they begin to wonder what you say about them when they're not around. And meddling, that's even more dangerous. Stepping into situations that don't belong to you, offering opinions where they weren't asked, trying to fix other people's lives. I once knew a woman who meant well, truly she did, but she kept involving herself in her son's marriage, giving advice, taking sides, pushing her way into matters that weren't hers. It created a crack that never fully healed. Good intentions are not enough. Sometimes the greatest wisdom is knowing when to stay silent, when to step back, and when to let people live their own lives, even if they make mistakes. Now the ninth habit is refusing to adapt or learn new things. This world, it doesn't slow down for anyone. I've watched it change in ways I could never have imagined when I was young. Machines, screens, ways of communicating that once felt foreign to me. And I understand the temptation to say, "That's not for me. I'm too old for this." But when you close yourself off completely, you also close the door to connection. I remember the first time my grandson tried to show me how to use video calling. I resisted. I told him it was unnecessary, that a phone call was enough. But I could see the disappointment in his eyes. So I tried, slowly, awkwardly, making mistakes along the way. And then one day, there he was, smiling at me through that screen, as if he were sitting right in front of me. That moment, it brought us closer. Learning doesn't make you younger, but it keeps you connected to the world and to the people you love. And that matters more than pride. The 10th habit is playing the victim. This one is heavy because loneliness is real. Feeling forgotten, overlooked, left behind. Those feelings can cut deep. It's easy to fall into the habit of saying, "Nobody visits me, nobody calls me, nobody cares anymore." And maybe sometimes it even feels true. But when you live in that mindset, it becomes a wall between you and others. People don't know how to approach you anymore because every interaction feels like it carries blame. I had a period in my life when I felt this way. Days were long, the house was quiet, and I convinced myself that I had been left behind. But one day, I made a small choice. I picked up the phone and called an old friend, not to complain, not to accuse, just to ask how he was doing. That one call led to another and another, and slowly, the silence began to lift. Connection doesn't always come to you. Sometimes you have to take the first step toward it. Now the 11th habit is being financially controlling. Money. It's a delicate thing, especially in families. You want to help, you want to support, you want to feel useful. But when help comes with strings attached, it stops feeling like love and starts feeling like pressure. I gave you this, so you should do that. Even if you never say it out loud, people can feel it. I've seen families drift apart because of this. Not because of the money itself, but because of what it represented: control, obligation, guilt. True giving is quiet. It doesn't demand recognition or repayment. If you give, give freely. And if you can't give freely, then it's better not to give at all. Because relationships built on emotional debt rarely stay strong. The 12th habit is refusing help. Now this may sound like strength on the surface. Independence, pride, standing on your own 2 feet. These are things we've valued all our lives, but there comes a time when holding on to that too tightly begins to push people away. When someone offers to carry something for you, to drive you somewhere, to assist you in a small way, and you refuse every time, you're not just protecting your independence, you're also denying them the chance to care for you. And caring, that's how people bond. I used to reject help constantly. I didn't want to feel weak, didn't want to feel like a burden, but what I didn't realize was that I was also creating distance. One day I said yes instead of no. Just a small thing, letting someone help me with groceries. And I noticed something. It didn't make me smaller. It made the connection stronger. Sometimes, accepting help is not about losing independence. It's about allowing closeness. And now we come to the 13th habit. The final one, losing your sense of humor. Life, especially in old age, can become very serious. There are losses, aches, disappointments that pile up over time. It's easy to let that weight take over your spirit. But when you lose the ability to laugh, to smile, to find something light, even in a heavy day, people feel it. They don't feel drawn in. They feel held down. I once knew a woman, older than me even, who had every reason to be bitter. But she wasn't. She laughed easily, joked about her wrinkles, about her forgetfulness. Being around her didn't feel like visiting someone old. It felt like being with someone alive. That's the difference. A sense of humor doesn't erase the hard parts of life, but it softens them. And more importantly, it invites others to stay. So here we are, 13 habits. None of them make you a bad person. None of them mean you've failed. They simply mean you're human, and still learning, no matter your age. I've recognized some of these in myself, and I'm still working on them. Not all at once, just one at a time. That's enough. You don't need to become someone new overnight. Just becoming a little more aware, a little more gentle, a little more open, that already changes how people feel when they're around you. If you've listened this far, I want to thank you. Truly. It means you're willing to reflect, and that's something many people never do. If any of this spoke to you, hold on to it, think about it quietly, maybe even share it with someone you care about. And as for me, I'm just an old man sharing what life has taught me, still learning, still adjusting, still trying to be someone others feel good being around. Take care of yourself, stay kind, and I'll see you again soon.